Barrie Sit Music B101. I am Phyllis, live in the studio with me, one and only Classified.
What's happening?
I'm really excited to have you here.
I'm excited
Now,
to be here.
I have to say, I'm always alone in the studio, and no one wants to see me. But when you come in, I have this whole crowd.
Yeah! You got the posse. Yeah.
Like, oh, we're just here to see you, Phil. Don't lie to me. We're here to see you. Album's out. Tour has started.
Yes, we've been on the road, for like the last 4 weeks.
15th studio album.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Yep.
And it's you're performing at the Roxy tonight in Barrie, but your album Grateful, compared to your other album, it sounds more real. Sounds more grown up.
Yeah, I'm still growing up. I'm still, that's kind of just what I write about is life, growing up. I got kids now. I'm married. I'm getting old. Things are setting in. It's getting real. So older I get, I think the more comfortable I get too. So I just kind of put it all out there. And yeah, it's definitely the most personal album.
You talk about being a dad a lot.
Definitely.
And
I am a dad a lot.
A lot of rappers, you don't hear that in their songs very often. And then it comes out, oh, I have 3 kids. You're like, when did that happen? We're shocked. But you talk about your kids a lot. So, is this album more personal than the others?
Definitely. Yeah. No, this is, like I was just saying, I think just growing up, it's been almost 4 years since my last album. So, the older you get, I find, well, for me, I just get more comfortable to be able to, something I might not have talked about 5 years ago, I'll talk about now because it's just, whatever. The older you get, the less you stop caring about things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely, more personal. I spent a lot more time in the studio alone on this one. I worked on it for almost 16 months, and it was really a lot of me just being alone. It wasn't a lot of friends in and out of the studio, other people. It was a lot of alone time. And I think just when you spend alone time, you get more, you get more in depth. The songs get a little more deep and you talk about some more real stuff.
Do your kids know that you're cool? You're Classified. That's not an average job to be a rapper.
No, they don't. I don't know. They know that I'm on tour, and they know that they've seen me play a show. Like I did a couple of those wee days where the kids all come out to the big arenas, and they see me do those and stuff. And they know I sing on stage. That's what they think.
So they don't go to school like, my dad's Classified. What up? Also really
once in a while they'll do something funny that surprise you. Like, hey, yeah, this kid said he liked your music. I told him I was your dad. They told me he was my dad. But nothing like crazy. They're not weird about it. They better not get weird about it.
No, really?
Shut them down quick.
Don't say that anymore.
Yeah. Don't make it weird.
You make a lot of radio hits, so we play a lot on B101, but also you make, you don't want to turn away from your roots there you were in the street. So
totally.
How are you balancing that? Radio hits and just trying to be real with you?
Just enjoying music. I like to hear a song. I listen to the radio, but at the same time, I grew up on, more underground stuff that you wouldn't hear on the radio. So I listen to all that stuff. I listen to Beatles. I listen to Huey Lewis. I listen to a lot of music. So for me to just only make one type of music, for me, would just get very boring and get very stagnant and just feel like, okay, I did this a million times. So I like to make stuff. Sometimes I'll make something that's catchy, and I was like, oh, people move to this. Sometimes I'll make something that's just a head nodding beat. And, writing is just, depends what the music is, but, it's wide open. That's why I like hip hop, because you can talk about anything.
You were away for a while, and then you came with Grateful, and, it's not like you were away and you were still working with your music.
Totally.
You're also producing for other people.
Yeah.
You went with a gold plaque for Rhea May.
Yeah.
Your song Close Off.
Yeah. Close Off, that went gold. That was the first thing I produced that wasn't my own stuff.
It went gold.
It went gold, you know what I mean? I produced for a lot of stuff, but it never blew up like that. So I was wicked to see that. Now she has her new song called Gold.
Yeah.
That just went to radio. And yeah, we did her whole album in Enfield, my home studio. So I'm excited to, for people to hear the rest of it.
We're gonna play a couple games, but before that, we have to get to all these fans' questions, and there is a lot. So, from Victoria Jane.
Victoria Jane from down the road.
Who is the one person who has pushed you when you have felt like you couldn't go on? Oh, she went deep with this one.
I'd say myself. I don't think I've ever had that point in life where I was like, oh, I'm done with this rap music. Yeah. I just can't do it. I just enjoy it. It was a hobby. It wasn't something that I did that I was like, oh, I'm going to do this because all my friends are doing it and we're going to get rich and famous off this. I literally just oh, cool, I can make a beat out of this, write my little thing and make my song. So I think just motivating myself because I enjoy it.
Joshua T. Mitchell Donahue, being a Canadian hip-hop artist, is it harder for you in the music industry?
Harder than just being a normal hip-hop artist?
I guess so. Joshua, what you talking about?
Yeah, what's going on, JD? I guess it's harder, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot more infrastructure, there's a lot more artists that blow up in the States, but then again, there's a million more artists in the States. So I think there's plus and minus to both of it. It just depends what you want to do with it. I think nowadays with the internet and, you know, cheap flights, you can pretty much, like I live in Enfield, population 3,000 people, East Coast of Canada, like the 2 or 3 people that listen to rap music. I turned it into a career, so I think you can pretty much do it anywhere now if you really want to go and do it.
One word. I know there's a lot. We're not gonna get to
It's
all
all
of them.
good, man.
Okay, let's pick Joni Clark Michaels. What's on your playlist?
Anderson .Paak, I'm really liking his stuff. He's like an underground guy that just signed to Dre's album, or Dre's label. J. Cole, Kendrick. We didn't listen to Kanye's new album. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but
Why?
because Kanye just annoys me now.
What, you don't like all his tweets?
Yeah, he's been crazy or something. I don't know.
He
I
went
used to love
crazy.
Kanye, and it's sad because like Kanye, when he came out, it was like
Yeah.
the most refreshing thing
Yeah.
for me. It was like, here's a dude that's just a regular guy, deep topics, you know. And now it just seems like he's just kind of shallow now. He's not so deep.
Is it sad that I like him more now that he's doing this?
Do you? But I don't know. Maybe you're into all that stuff. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like people that need to toot their own horn,
Yeah.
especially when you are who you are. Like to me, that just seems insecure. I probably shouldn't be talking about Kanye, but
I'm gonna tweet you later.
I don't know. That'd be great, man.
We got a long
Let's
rant
start
to
this
this
war.
classified tweet.
Yeah. What the hell, Kanye?
All right, so I have a game with you.
All right.
Okay, so it's called This Does Not.